Now, many of you will know that yesterday we received the news of the petrol price increasing, which is something that, of course, a lot of people are not taking it very lightly, including myself, because now it means that we have to spend more on petrol when we fill our cars to go to work, when we travel, which is something that is not pretty good. But one thing that, ladies and gents, so many of the people that don't also know about the petrol price is, of course, it triggers inflation. Petrol is directly proportional also to inflation, meaning that when petrol prices go up, inflation will go up, and when inflation goes up, we all know that interest rates, it means that interest rates will remain higher because of high inflation. So it is not only affecting the consumers, but it is also affecting the businesses. It is also affecting the prices of food, prices of the day-to-day things we use, because those things get transported to the shops. Food gets transported to the shops before we use, and they are using petrol. Food, whatever products that we might be using at home gets transported to where we buy them, and they need to factor that in on the prices of these products. And that, ladies and gents, to get to hear that petrol price increase, it means that all these other things are going to be, of course, affected, and it will result in the SA Reserve Bank remaining, or if not increasing, interest rates, which is something that is not good at all. Now, what triggered, of course, the prices of petrol to rise is, of course, the prices of Brent crude oil. It has nothing to do with the SA government, guys. You have to know that when the crude oil prices rises, of course, petrol prices will rise, because petrol comes from oil, and therefore when oil prices go up, then petrol prices will also go up. I think Brent crude oil, it's just over $85 per barrel. It's rising, it's on the rise, and therefore as long as it continues rising, then chances are we'll continue seeing the petrol prices continuing going up. It's not the government's fault. That's one thing that I think we should all clear out before people start pointing at the government. Yes, other things might be caused by the government, but this one, unfortunately, it's simply because the prices of Brent crude oil, which is the one that is used to produce petrol, it's on the rise, or it went up, which therefore results in these prices to be like this. So from midnight, we know that the prices of 93 petrol went up by 65 cents, while of course 95 went up by 67 cents. The price of diesel went up by around 3 cents, which is something that, of course, for diesel is not that bad, but for petrol, for both 93 and 95, ladies and gents, 65 67 cents, I think we are going to feel that one. So this is not good, ladies and gents, or the prices of these petrol prices increasing is not good. But unfortunately, because of the oil prices that have been rising, unfortunately it results, or it is resulting in, of course, the prices of petrol to rise. So yeah, I hope things get better, because this, like I said, not only is it affecting consumers, but it also affects, of course, investors like us. It also affects businesses, because the businesses that, of course, we are investing in right now, I mean, you will know that last week I did a video where I was explaining how does interest rates, or high interest rates, impact or affect the business that we invest in. I mean, you will know that many of the companies, if not all, they have got some sort of debt which they need to pay, and therefore, because of high interest rates that we are currently in, or because of the high interest rate environment we are currently in, it means that they are paying a lot, or that their repayments, it's a lot on those debt. And therefore, ladies and gents, instead of them prioritizing some money and grow the business, they are focusing more on paying back, or they end up focusing more on paying back the debts, because they're just becoming so unbearable. So these also have an impact into the companies that we invest in the stock market, because when interest rates remain high, or when the SA Reserve Bank increased interest rates, ladies and gents, it means that the repayments, not only to us consumers, but to the businesses also, it goes up, which therefore does not look good, and make companies, like I said, that we invest in to pay more, which Of course, growth in this environment is not that good because of that. So I just hope things get better with time, because as it stands, ladies and gents, things are not looking good. We might get to see, of course, the prices of food, prices of the products we get to use on the day-to-day once again going up, which is, ladies and gents, in this environment where interest rate is very high, it sort of like also restrict us to buy or to be able to afford certain things. And therefore, these very same companies that we invest in, the kind of revenues that they generate during this time, ladies and gents, it's also not that good, because a lot of people are like consumers are focusing more probably on paying debt. Our repayments on our loans are just high, and therefore some of the things that we used to afford we cannot afford, which ends up making the companies that we invest in, or some of the companies that we invest in, not generate the kind of revenue that probably they would generate on a normal environment or economic environment. So I hope things get better, and things like interest rates, at least the SA Reserve Bank starts cutting, because, ladies and gents, this alone in itself, it's giving a lot of pressure, or it's giving a lot of consumers some pressure, because the repayments have went up, and now we could see inflation, ladies and gents, increasing because of the price of petrol. These, just closely monitor this, because I mean, now we just started April, right? Just have a look at the inflation figures that will come around May for April. I'm sure you will notice that, of course, it's going to be not that good because of these prices of petrol that just went up, because these guys that are selling these food products that we use on a day-to-day, they are going to increase, of course, or adjust their prices because of these, and unfortunately it's not good for us. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before, of course, you invest into the stock market, make sure that at least you try to also do your own due diligence, also do your research before you just jump into the stock market. Or even those that are already investing, before you buy that company or increase your holdings, make sure that you just at least go through the fundamentals, read the latest news about the company before you put money, as that is the only way probably that will make you succeed in the stock market. Otherwise, you know that this video was just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. I really appreciate if you can just hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.